From the University of Texas, we welcome you live to Monday Night Raw. And here comes the big dog. The wild card rule in full effect tonight. And the big dog, Roman Reigns, with a big fight coming your way this Friday. Streaming live on the WWE Network. It is WWE Super Showdown with a special start time of 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. In from Jeddah, Roman Reigns will take on the so-called best in the world, Shane McMahon.
There's nothing so-called about it, Cole. The best in the world, Shane McMahon, going to provide a fight the likes of which Roman Reigns had better be well prepared.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Roman Reigns!
And Roman Reigns is set tonight for 8 on Monday Night Raw with the man, Becky Lynch.
I will claim your soul for all of eternity. Goldberg, you're next.